Fashion Insider friends, what is up? This is the Fashion Crimes podcast where I cover all things fashion, style, shopping, style inspiration, and interview incredible small business owners who are changing the fashion industry for the better. Yes, I'm the best friend you never knew you needed and the poster child for fashion over 40, and I mean way after 40. Say it with me, fashion and style are your friends, not your enemies. I'm Holly Katz, your favorite personal stylist, and let's keep it real, the only Holly you need to know. Turn it up, because I got a lot to say, and I am super stoked you're here. Happiest of New Year's to all of you fashion besties all around the world, and thank you so much for tuning in this week. I personally was in bed on New Year's by 10:30, and that's how old I am. I mean, I don't even care that we were in bed early. Is that bad? I just don't feel this like intense pressure to do something fabulous as I try to do fabulous things all year. So that puts it in perspective for me. And I don't really feel the need to like try to outdo myself. Believe me, there was something like amazeballs. We would go do it, but we always end up talking each other out of going out. We did go to dinner for New Year's and I wore my beaded pants by Hot Hippie, which I love. Anyway, I want to say happy 2024. And I hope if y'all did do something that it was so much fun and a really great way to bring in the new year. Another great way to bring in the new year is listening to last week's episode, which was episode 177 with brow artist, permanent makeup artist, and expert Morgan Smith, and episode 176, which I hope you listened to, which was the color of the year for 2024. Peach Fuzz. Whether you love it or hate it, it is the color of the year. And if you just happen to go on the Pinterest board for last week, you will see all of the inspiration for Peach Fuzz and things you might or might not be willing to try. I was very pleasantly surprised how many cute things I found in peach, as it wasn't something that was even on my radar as a color that I would be interested in, but I am now. So there's that, which brings me to my first listener question. This is from one of my sisters, Sherri, who I thought, this was a very good question. We could kick off this winter trend conversation that we're going to have. And she asked, when looking at current trends, which I will be discussing in this episode, that I might see online or in a store or read about in a magazine or something, how do I know which trends I should try or not try? How do I know what could possibly be age appropriate for me or too young? And just because someone says something is a trend, like on Instagram or an influencer, is it necessarily true? Is it a trend because an influencer says it is? Okay, well, let's dissect that. I can totally see why this can be confusing when you have people coming at you like from all angles telling you, this is in, it's out, what's not in, especially if you're on Instagram all the time. And then you might pick up a magazine or you might be on a website where you could see something different or contrasting information, or it might just end up leaving you more confused than up to date and armed with the most current trends. I want to first talk about the definition of a trend. A trend is a general direction in which something is developing or changing. Trend forecasting is the process of using market research and consumer data to create predictions about customers' future buying habits and preferences. So trend forecasting provides product designers with an insight that might help them design an item that their target audience likes and purchases. That definition came from Indeed.com. So how do trends get selected or resurfaced? There are trend forecasting companies that do this all day, every day, and research people's buying and spending habits from anything from color to cars to furniture. Fashion trend forecasting is based on past trends, how long they have sold, and to what demographics they are sold to. You can also be certain that, and we've talked about this before, the fashion cycle is a curve that runs on a 20 to 30 year span. All this really means is that what was popular and on trend 30 years ago is usually going to come back around. If fashion resources say it's on trend, it usually is, and they have research to back that up. If an influencer online says that they are endorsing a certain trend, it doesn't necessarily mean that they came up with it or anything. It usually means that they are being paid or compensated for saying that something is on trend. It's not always the case, but if you are an influencer, you're usually being paid for your time and your endorsements. I'm talking about influencer people that get paid, not people like me that go online and say, try this, try that. It's just a suggestion. And if that specific suggestion and trend speaks to you, great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Obviously, trends come out every single season. There might be some new ones or old ones and past ones that have come back, but usually things come back around a third or fourth time. If you're seeing trends in a magazine or on a store or a clothing website, it just doesn't mean that you have to succumb and like what said company says is on trend right now. What I like to recommend for people to do is to have, like a nod towards a certain trend. For example, a trend that might be in right now and has been for the past few seasons is sheer dressing. Now, what that means is pretty much see-through clothing. A lot of people do it with dresses or tops. It can also be done with jackets or even shoes. But if you like that trend, it doesn't mean you have to full on try it on from top to bottom and wear a see-through dress. You can give a nod to that specific trend, meaning you could have one piece that represents the trend. For example, like you could get a top or a jacket with a sheer sleeve and then create the rest of the outfit that's authentic to your specific style. This way, you don't feel like you're wearing something wacky or crazy or out of your comfort zone. I say if you see a trend you like, then go for it in a very subtle way and try it out. If you see something that is totally giving you life and that you love so much, for example, 50s style dressing is back with shirt waist dresses and cinched in waists and gloves. That's been in for a few seasons now as well. So that trend is certainly giving me life. And I would totally try that trend. Green light, hell yeah, give me a matching pillbox hat, 3-inch heels, and let's go. I would wear that all day long, Mrs. Maisel to the max, obvi. The long answer is if you don't like a trend that everyone is saying is in, it doesn't apply to you, or don't feel obligated to try it. Another great example is jeans, and we've certainly talked about this before. So the great debate about are skinny jeans in or out, it's still up for discussion and people are still talking about it. I say they are not out, and a lot of people say that they are. However, I always say that if it's the type of jean that you like and they fit you well, then go for it. But most jean companies are probably selling lower cut jeans right now with a flared leg because that's what was in 30 years ago. The younger generation is seeing that trend for the first time. So of course, that's what's in right now. Does that mean you have to wear low-rise jeans or you are off trend? Absolutely not. But it is just what the majority of people are saying is in style. As we all know, jeans and denim are a classic staple in your wardrobe that will never go out of style, regardless of which cut you decide to wear. According to the Fashion Crimes podcast, the only jeans that are not in style are the ones that don't fit. Style is subjective and should ebb and flow with your evolution as a person, in life. You shouldn't be stuck wearing the same styles you've always worn your whole life, nor should you be a fashion victim and try to be on trend every second you possibly can. You should wear what works within your lifestyle and budget as you continue to elevate and evolve your style as you age. Yes, it can be confusing, but follow the people that inspire you online and try to educate yourself as much as you can on your body type so you know what type of silhouettes and designers fit you best. So what's in for winter 2024? Well, according to Vogue France and other dependable fashion resources, I have selected the following trends that I personally love that I will be trying and taking pics of. So, make sure you keep up with me on that. Engage with me on Instagram, please, under the Holly Katz Styling and the Fashion Crimes Podcast Instagram so you can see if you like the trends that I'm trying. My favorite of all these trends, of course, which I've said before, is the 1950s style dressing, which we've already addressed with poofy shirts and shirtwaist dresses and long gloves, which are also called opera gloves. You can certainly find this at our friend's Jonathan Cohen, who is making my rehearsal dinner dress, by the way, for Zach's wedding, my stepson. Christopher John Rogers and Dior. And for very affordable 1950 style dressing, you can also go to modcloth.com. That will be in the show notes. I found some really great things on there. Just think Audrey Hepburn, ladylike clothing like cropped slacks, ballet flats, outerwear capes, low heel shoes, and bushy eyebrows. Sort of adjacent to that is matching sets. Those have been around for a while now, and that can pertain anything from loungewear to, again, to this 1950s style nod to the matchy-matchy look, which means matching tops and bottoms, jackets and skirts, like BA and SH, Millie and Trina Turk. They have great sets to choose from. And obviously Chanel, which is where I think the matchy-matchy was born, and any other tweed and jacket and matching skirt is always on trend. And just being shown now on the runway from Ulla Johnson and Dolce & Gabbana, you can always count on Dolce for everything to match. It can be a skirt and a top or a sweater and a pant. St. John's Knits, they have some great matching sets as well that I really loved. Pencil skirts that are also back in with matching sweaters and jackets. So just head on over to my Pinterest board for you to get all these examples and more straight to your computer so you can save these images and reference them later for you to purchase. And if you do purchase something, you have to let me know what you get. Duh, you can't just be buying stuff off the Pinterest board and then not tell me and not show me, okay? Knee-length boots are very in, and I do have 2 pair. I like them with skirts and dresses to the knee. You can totally wear them with skinny jeans if you like, which I've done that. And there are millions to choose from at whatever heel height you prefer. If you try them with a dress, get a pattern tight, like a fishnet or a floral design or something like that. Personally, I love an animal print on tights. It's very modern and great for any age. And even though hosiery is back on trend, it has been for a while, I still prefer tights as I need the support. Let's be honest. In other shoe news, Mary Jane flats, which are flats with the strap across the top of your foot. I've seen some really cute ones by Dolce Vita. Sarah Flint and Coach has some super cute silver ones that I saw. Kitten heel boots are in. Not going to hear me complain about that one. Those are back in. I will say I only like a kitten heel, which is like a 1-inch heel in a boot, not really any other shoe, just my opinion. Kate, Dolce Vita, and Schutz, they have some great options if you want to try that trend. Trench coats. Now, those are a staple that y'all just need to suck it up and go get one. Because we've talked about how to buy a winter coat and the types of coats that you need, which are as follows. Just as a reminder, a puffer, which is like a short coat that comes to the waist that you can wear with jeans. A dress coat, which is longer, either to the knee or below, that you would wear with a formal dress or something dressy. Then you need a trench coat. This is something that is water resistant, not waterproof, that you can wear both dressed down and dressed up. Not formal dressed up, but you can wear it with a daytime dress or something on the dressier side. Buying a trench coat is something that is an investment, and you're going to have it for several years, like all of your coats. You can go on any discount store. You certainly have my permission to do that if you want to buy a trench just to try it, or you can spend more on a designer one. Labels like Kieran Millen, Veronica Beard, Cole Haan, and Burberry, of course. They are the classic high-end trench. And J. Crew actually has some great ones as well. Now, me and Eva Chen, who is the fashion director of Instagram, she used to be a magazine editor, we have the same khaki Anuki trench coat with silver sequin lining on the inside. Sorry, not sorry, Eva Chen. I totally copied her on that, and I am not afraid to call myself out, okay? No siree, Bob. Also, if you see a celebrity or a person of influence anywhere online wearing something that gives you life, do it. Order it. That's what I did. I just wish I could interview her and tell her that I copied her. And let's put that in the universe, shall we, Eva Chen? I will interview you and we will become best friends. And let it be so. Now, denim is still trending right now with double denim, denim of all colors, denim jackets, denim maxi skirts, denim boots, denim bodysuits, bags, etc. All denim all day. Now, my fashion rule that I made up myself and I put in the universe is that There is no jean or denim that is out of style if it fits your body type. I have mostly high-waisted jeans, even though low-rise jeans are in right now, but not for me. For the younger folks, yes, all day. If you have no ass and no hips, kill it. Get some low-rise jeans. Big booty girls like me, low-rise jeans, not our friend. No. Oversized grandpa cardigans is what I like to call them, are back in. Big, oversized, chunky sweaters, especially with like a vintage feel to them. Those are back in. So if you live in a hot climate, you can certainly layer with these. If you live somewhere like North Dakota, this is something you could totally stock up on. So these are everywhere and very easy to find. L'Agence or L'Agence, Love Shack Fancy, NSF, which stands for Nick S. Friedberg. I never knew that. And all of his clothing is made in Los Angeles in the USA. So we love that. So check him out. Big bows and ribbons are fabulous, 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 and are certainly on trend. As if you saw in my holiday party pic, I had my weave back with a giant bow. I loved it and felt pretty fabulous in it. Bows on clothing, bags, shoes, especially. All of it's in, but the picture with Sarah Jessica Parker that sparked the idea for me, and I totally copied that look, but her bow was much longer than mine, all the way down to the hem of her dress. You can see it on the board I made for you. And also, if you're looking for something like a big bow or a chunky cardigan, do not sleep on Etsy, okay? I've looked through there, and there's some really great styles that I loved. It's a really nice way to support local small brands, and that's what we do here at the Fashion Crimes Podcast because we are so nice. I mean, how nice are we? There are so many more trends that are on deck for this year, and you can figure out which ones work or don't work for you, but consider this your sign from the universe to get out of your comfort zone and try something new. That's a wrap for this week. I hope you are adjusting well to writing 2024, as it's like something that I have to keep reminding myself to do. Also, this is a new year of me being 50, so there's that. I still can't believe it. If you have any advice or tips for me about what has helped you or anything I need to know about turning 50, please reach out to me and give me some advice or some hot tips that have helped you maybe. Also, the hottest selling book on Amazon right now, let's be honest, Stop Making These Fashion Mistakes, is flying off the presses. So don't wait any longer. Get your copy today on Amazon. The link will be in the show notes. It's the top fashion mistakes that I see my clients make, and I don't want you to make those same mistakes. I don't want you to do it. I want you to be fabulous. So make sure you get the book ASAP if you haven't already. I got a beautiful email from Sandra. I think she goes by Sandy. And she's like, oh my God, got your book. Totally got them for 3 friends. I was like, see, she is drinking the Kool-Aid. And I love that she did that. And I even love even more that she wrote me to tell me that she did that. Shout out to Sandy. Really appreciate your support on that. And I'm sure you have some more friends that could probably benefit from that. I'm just saying. I'm excited to see what you think. So give me some feedback. I also appreciate you supporting me as always. And I need you to know that you have the power to look fabulous and feel fabulous. You just have to keep learning about what makes you happy when you get dressed and make sure you stay on track to evolve your style as you age. Look, I am not up here preaching like I'm doing everything perfect because, girl, I'm not, okay? I'm learning just as you're learning. I'm figuring things out. I tried on some pants the other day that didn't fit. I'm like, well, I guess that's a fucking wrap on those. I'm not tripping over my body changing or my, not fitting into this or not fitting into that. I'm just rolling with it. I want to look good. I want to feel like I look good, and I want to look good in my clothes, and I want my clothes to work for me. Okay. Your clothes need to work for you, support you where you need the support, and give you the image that you want to see in the mirror. And if you try on something and it doesn't give you that image, keep it moving. Keep it moving. I had a shirt, this self-portrait beaded one sleeve top. I pulled it out for New Year's. That was too tight. Okay. Like my boobs were so flat. I did not realize how tight it was because I haven't worn it in a long time. Put it in a pile, move on. I'll get a new one. Okay. Look, we had a good run. We did. We had a good run. I wore it. I loved that shirt. I thanked it. there's another one in the universe that is going to fit me better. And that's just the way we have to look at it. Was it a little bit of an ego crush? Yeah, but it lasted about 30 seconds. It was annoying. I put it to the side and I was like, well, fuck, what else doesn't fit me? So I went through a couple of other things that still fit. Some were a little bit tight. And then my tailor came over because we have a guy that comes to the house that we love. And I had these very expensive McQueen dresses that were so tight in the waist because they were like around my ribs. And I said, I need you to let these dresses out 1 inch. And he was like, okay, end of story. I never have to think about it again. And then I'm going to be able to breathe when I wore it. Because believe me, I've been wearing those dresses and not been able to breathe. And that's a problem because breathing is important. And breathing is important to life. You should not wear your clothes and not be able to breathe. I'm admitting that. If you have to do that, that's okay. Make sure you find yourself a good tailor, a good alterations person. I have a great one. If you live in the Atlanta area, call me. I'm happy to share him. If you don't live in Atlanta or you live somewhere else, I can help you find a good alterations person because your clothes need to work for you as my clothes work for me, except that one sleeve top that I had to give away that I was pissed off at. But anyway, I'm still talking about it. It's okay. We let it go. We're at peace. This has been the Fashion Cruz podcast. Please share this with someone you love, someone who you know that needs fashion help, because as a fashion bestie, you are now the expert. FYI, newsflash. And people will be looking to you for style advice if they're not already. Okay. So I hope you have a fabulous fashionable week. Hit me up if you have any questions at all. I am your favorite personal stylist, your favorite Holly, the only Holly you need to know. Y'all take it easy. See you next week. Bye.